Okay, so what are the most important words you can learn in a new language? Well, today we're breaking down the absolute essentials, how to start your very first conversation in English. Let's kick things off with this really powerful idea. Knowing how to say hello isn't just about learning a word. It's like you're being handed a key that unlocks connections with people. And of course, it's the very first step to making a great first impression. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to build your first conversation step by step. We'll start with what I call your conversational keys, then we'll master hello, we'll figure out that how are you ritual, practice introductions, learn how to say goodbye, and finally, we'll put all the pieces together. Okay, first up, your conversational keys. Let's start with the foundation, the very bedrock of every single conversation. Right, on to section 2, mastering hello. So we know why greetings matter, right? Now let's figure out which one to use and when. It's all about choosing the right tool for the job. First up, the classic, the one you can't go wrong with, hello. Seriously, think of this as your universal tool. You can use it with absolutely anyone, anywhere, any time of day. If you're ever in doubt, just go with hello. It's always a safe, polite bet. And then we have hi. You can totally think of this one as the friendly, more casual cousin of hello. It's perfect for friends, family, any kind of informal situation. So here's the main takeaway, the key difference you need to remember. Hello is for those slightly more formal situations, or especially when you're meeting someone for the very first time. Hi, on the other hand, is your go-to for all those casual, everyday chats with people you already know. Now, if you want to get a little more specific, you can actually use the time of day. Good morning is a super common and polite way to start the day. Good afternoon and good evening feel a little more formal, which makes them perfect for situations where you want to show a bit of extra respect. Okay, on to section 3, the how are you ritual. Now, this is a fascinating one because this next phrase, it looks like a simple question, but in English, it's really more of a social handshake. This whole thing almost always follows this simple 3-step dance. It's kind of cool. So, person A asks, then person B gives a short, positive answer, and, this is key, returns the question. Finally, person A answers. See? It's just a predictable, friendly little back and forth. So, you gotta remember the 2 golden rules for this. When someone asks, how are you? Rule number 1, always give a short, positive answer. Something like, I'm good, thanks. And rule number 2, and this is super important, always ask it back. It's what shows you're polite and actually engaged in the conversation. All right, moving on to section 4, introducing yourself and others. So once you've done that initial greeting, what's the next logical step? Exchanging names, of course. This is literally how you turn a stranger into an acquaintance. And you know what? Just like that how are you dance, introductions follow a really simple pattern. Step 1, you state your name. Step 2, they reply with their name. Then comes the magic phrase, nice to meet you. And you finish it off by saying, nice to meet you too. That little word, too, is so important. It just means also, and it completes the whole friendly ritual. But what happens if you need to introduce 2 other people? Well, your job is to be the bridge between them. You just connect them. You say something like, Ben, this is my friend Maria. Maria, this is Ben. Seriously, it's that easy. Okay, section 5, ending with goodbye. Look, starting a conversation is super important. We know that. But knowing how to end it politely, that's just as crucial. You don't want to just walk away, right? And guess what? Just like we had with hello and hi, you've got a choice here. Goodbye is your standard, more formal option. It works pretty much anywhere. But bye, that's the casual, friendly version you're going to hear and use way more often in just everyday chats. Oh, and here's a great one. If you know you're probably going to see the person again, see you later is a fantastic choice. It's so warm and positive, and it tells them you expect to see them again soon. All right, here we go. Section 6, putting it all together. We've learned all the individual pieces of the puzzle. Now let's click them all into place and see what a full, smooth conversation looks like in action. Okay, let's break this down. Watch how Leo and Chloe just glide through every single step we've covered. They start with good morning, they do the whole how are you exchange, then they introduce themselves with that nice to meet you ritual, and they wrap it up with 2 different totally polite goodbyes. This is a perfect model for you to follow. And that's it. That's really all it takes.
With just these basic foundational phrases, you now literally hold the keys to start your own conversations in English, and you can do it with confidence. So, the only thing left to do is to actually go out and use these keys, because all this knowledge is great, but it's nothing without practice. Which leaves us with one last really important question for you to think about. Who will you say hello to first?